Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Lex and Lace podcast. Today is, I wouldn't say it's a special episode, there's no guest. This is a solo episode, so if you want to hear me yap, please continue. This episode will be very fashion focused. I think that's the point of it all today. I got a suggestion that on my first episode I talked about fashion, but I didn't go in depth about it. So when it comes to fashion, there's a few things that you'd have to consider. Obviously, I think if I had to be directly involved, it'd either be like from a legal standpoint or from a stylist standpoint. Because I'm such a collector of different things. Like, I had a phase where I would like collect sneakers. So it's like I had a bunch of sneakers, but it's like now I sold most of them off because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, nobody should own this many things. Now I'm in my like bag collector phase. So it's like I'm collecting a bunch of like luxury bags and stuff. And to be honest, the collection will never fully be over, but because I always find more to buy. But I think that's more of a thing where it's like you want the classics. Also, my classics are not other people's classics, so it's really down to imagination and interpretation. But damn, I sound like I'm gloating. Let me stop. Yeah. So I'm like in that phase. I feel like I will soon be in like the jewelry phase of things. I don't know. I just have a feeling. But when it comes to actual like fully like clothes, I prefer to accessorize as opposed to like, let me buy this like expensive shirt or like, expensive in terms of like, let me buy this branded shirt or like, let me buy these branded jeans. Buy quality clothing. And when it comes to quality clothing, that is very scarce nowadays. Extremely scarce. Like, even from a fast fashion standpoint, like I remember back in the day, you could go Zara, you could go H&M, you can get something decent. Now that's just cardboard. Now it's really giving cardboard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not cute, but yeah, it's not great, but yeah. So I would say that I'm a collector. I style myself. If I style other people, it's because I know their wardrobe and I know what they like to wear. Surprisingly, I actually like to watch like runway shows. Like maybe just like myself and be like, so that's what you guys had in mind. Interesting. Met Gala, love watching, looking over all of that. So yeah, it's like I'm like on the outside looking in. That's how I see myself when it comes to the fashion industry. I'm like, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm not on the inside. So maybe one day I'll be on the inside. It'll be an interesting perspective. But since you have a little bit of time, recently I was listening to the Danish Deception. And Lord have mercy. This is not fashion focused. This is completely different. But I feel like I have thoughts about it. And the thoughts that I have are... Sorry, my grammar's so bad. Anywho. The thoughts that I have are that in this life, don't you ever think for a second that it cannot happen to you. I'm not going to get into the whole story of it. I feel like go watch the summary, go watch the whole thing if you have 4 hours to waste. But what's one thing I picked up on? Even all of these are reset teasers, Tinder swindlers, wara wara, all of those things. It's all from the perspective, I never thought this would happen to me. And actually, that's like a different point. Like, I feel like I would have a episode where I talk about like reality TV and stuff. So it'll come. Or even, talk about like documentaries. But I'd say everything that these documentaries have in common is from a perspective of somebody who fucked around and found out. And I say fucked around and found out because this is not the first example of scammers, of people being manipulative, of boyfriends being manipulative, of people... Like, this is not the first example of just like human beings not being good to each other. So every time I watch these things, maybe because I've gone through certain things that have put me in shock, and I've been like, damn, I didn't realize that that could ever happen to me. Yeah, bitch. It can happen to you too, huh? In this life, I always tell people, don't you think you're not special, huh? You're not special. You're just not. Damn, this is like a reality check for some people. But it's like you're not special. It could be you one day. It could dead ass be you. Like, and I say this in all contexts. Like, you can get scammed at work. You can get your boyfriend can scam you. This thing could happen to you. You could end up getting like. Don't think that you are special in any way, shape, or form. I like to think of myself as protected. Yes, and sometimes I can be a little bit of a daredevil, and I'm not as cautious because I'm like, I'm protected, nothing can happen to me. The only people that hurt me are those close to me. That's the mentality that I have sometimes, which turns out to be more true than not. Anywho, not the point. People, you're not special. So yes, it could be you one day. I'm very sorry to the lady in the Danish Deception. I'm so sorry you as a Nigerian got deceived by a white man. We don't know how it happened. Uno reverse. Like the biggest Uno reverse I've ever seen. Crossover episode. Freaky Friday. I don't know what it is. But yeah, girl. It can happen to you too. Don't you ever forget that. In this life, things can happen to you. Anywho, let's get on to the fashion bro. Next segment. And we are back. Since this is a legal podcast after all, let's move on to the law segment. Basically, I found this article that somebody wrote from a LinkedIn user. Shout out them, man. And it speaks about fashion IP law. So, Jonathan Anderson has officially debuted as Dior's new creative director and part of his Spring-Summer 2026 Women's Wear show. It had the striking title of Do You Dare Enter the House of Dior? The title of this article was called Do You Dare Enter the House of IP Law, right? So this striking video was made by Adam Curtis, a British filmmaker, right? But essentially, the story goes that even before the runway, Anderson was already causing like waves online because of like 2 Dior-inspired tote bags. So, essentially, let's play a game. The first, a canvas tote bag featuring a 1897 Dracula book cover. Gothic, bold, people loved it, right? The second, a tote bag inspired by The Very Hungry Caterpillar, the children's book by Eric Carle? Carly? I don't know. Anyway, we all know the book. I remember I actually had that book. It was like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure the book cover is all the same, right? Unless they did a remix or something. Anywho, not the point, yeah. So, both designs reference famous literature, but here's where the intellectual property law comes in. Only one of these bags requires an IP license. Can anyone guess? Guess in your head. Guess in your head. Okay, it's The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Why is that? The way the article explains it is that while both book covers are artistic works protected by copyright, the difference is in time. Under US copyright law, works are typically protected for life of the author plus 70 years. Since the Dracula cover was published in 1897, its copyright has already expired, like, we're in 2025 now, like, longer. So, meaning that it's come to be, like, it's basically part of the public domain now. So, Dior can use it freely and has no permission or royalties to, like, essentially cover for. However, The Very Hungry Caterpillar was published in 1969, and its rights are still protected by Penguin Random House, which they hold both the copyright and the agreement, and it's also part of a cause of state. So any use of the artwork requires explicit permission and a license. So if you guess correctly, I guess the main takeaway is like whether you're running Dior or launching your own brand, this is what the article was saying. Intellectual property isn't optional. It's something. It's like part of your creativity. It's something that you have to protect, and if you can avoid, any mistakes from drawing inspiration from like existing works, please do so. Because this is something that I also learned. It's because sometimes they go, like the person in the article says, because sometimes the difference between homage and infringement is simply knowing the law. Which is true, because what I learned, I remember, was that, yeah, you just have to, it's like, basically, it's like how you design something, and you have to know whether or not it's like you're giving homage to something. Homage is disrespectful. Nah, bro. Homage doesn't sound right. So it's the difference between giving homage to something, like homage to something, or you're just like basically like copying it, like outright, like you're infringing on someone's IP. So I find this story very interesting. I'm also interested to see what Jonathan Anderson does, because I've seen some of the pieces and I'm like, interesting. But wasn't he was at Low for a little bit, and then he's also the founder of JW Anderson, and I'm like, I never really knew much about this guy until basically I read up on the story. So I like what he's done. Like, he has a very, I can't say Raf Simons-esque, because not really. I think Raf Simons is very like in his own world, but it still goes down to that like baggy, like that sort of like baggy clothing, big accents on some of the, the outfits. I don't know, something of that nature. So I'm interested to see what else he does as creative director. I really and truly, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I'm intrigued. Let's move ahead. Next segment. And we are back. Okay. This is the actual fashion segment. But like I said, this is a very fashion-focused episode. I should have one of my friends over for this, because those guys be fashion heads. And I'd love to get their perspective on certain things that I obviously don't know or don't understand. And I have friends in fashion from all different careers around that. So I have friends who actually design and produce clothing, and I'm like, that's so cool. Then I have other friends who are like, they're more on the, let me not say desk side of things, but they're more on the production side of things. Like, not production, not like behind the scenes. What's the word I'm looking for? Like preparing the show side of things. I think that's what it is. Even I have friends even on the tech side of things, and I'm like, okay, what's really going on? So maybe I'll be that friend on the legal side of things. We'll find out. Can never say never. Anywho, I found this super cute. So basically, in Seoul, in Korea, in South Korea, they opened Café 3 Stripes. So it's like Adidas opened a cafe, and it's been opened like right in the heart of, Seonggu's trendiest streets for 3 Stripes community to connect, for the 3 Stripes community to connect and to be inspired in a space that seamlessly blends sport, fashion, and cafe culture. So, okay. It says that they'll be offering morning raves, mini sports classes, a cinema club, and live music for the local community. But it's been open for a month now maybe, and it'll only be open until January 18th of 2026. So if anyone is going to South Korea, if anyone is going to Seoul, please go check it out for me. Go see what's going on there. I think that's cute. I think that's a really cool idea. I love it when, I love it when brands do, let me not say pop-ups, but they do things that are not conventionally part of the usual business model. Like opening a cafe, and then there was another brand, I'm not gonna say it was Dior, or what was it? It wasn't Gucci either. Maybe it was Gucci, but they opened a random store in the middle of the desert, and I'm like, is that an artistic concept, or what even is that? Because who really be going there? I just love when they do these random ass things. I think, what was it? I remember the time that I saw it on my friend's story, but it was like Fête de la Musique in Paris. I think it was at what, 31st of June, right? So it was like Fête de la Musique, and Stussy like was putting on a DJ set, and it's like I find those things so fascinating. I'm like, who thought about this? Is this all marketing, or like what are you trying to like? Has it been a rough year? Like what is it? But I like love it when like they do things which are just like you would not expect them to do this. Even like I don't really love this when it's fashion brands, but I love it even when it's like other stuff. Like what did I see the other time? I was in, this is like completely like random, but I think it was like this like energy drink, and they like did a pop-up as well with a whole DJ set with a whole this and that, and it's like I find those things are so like community driven and it's like for the community itself, and it's like yes, as a brand it shouldn't be like a one-way relationship or like a one-sided relationship whereby we just as consumers buy from you, but it's like okay, what else are you doing for us? I think I was oh shit I was what is it I was listening to a comedy set. One of my favorite comedians, I think it was Roy Wood Jr., and he has a set about, well, this isn't a very good example because McDonald's and I are beefing at the moment, but I've never really been a fan anyway, so beef's been long term. Anywho, they, not only do they, obviously they hire people, but they also like sell stuff, but they also have like, he was mentioning how they have a lot of like communities for like quote unquote inner city kids and like poorer neighborhoods for them to be able to like not only earn a living but then like go on to like, you know, get scholarships and stuff like that. And I'm like, I like it when, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a philanthropic, and I'm not gonna say that it amends how the business likes to run its day-to-day operations, but I think it's cute. I think it's cute. Adidas, you guys are also shady sometimes, but I think it's cute. Personally. I think it's cute that you guys have set this up, that you guys have like, collaborated with like local artists and tried to like do something a little bit out of the ordinary. I always find it fascinating. I always find it cool. It's like those, artist collabs with like fast food restaurants. I'm like, that's cool. But also, as black people, y'all can't collab with like, what is that place called? Sweet Green? Y'all can't collab with Sweet Green for some salads? Y'all gotta collab with Wendy's and McDonald's and Wingstop? Nah, guys, as a community, what we doing also? Come on now. But that's a story for another day, not gonna lie. But I always find those very cool, very interesting, very community driven. I always enjoy stuff like that. I think it's super cool. And yeah, if anyone is in Seoul, please go visit. Please go ahead. By all means. And take pictures. I feel like if I were to go there, I'd be like fangirling. I probably wouldn't even pass by the Three Stripes. Like Café. I'd probably be doing some other shit if I was in South Korea. Not even gonna lie to you. I'd be doing some other shit. This would be on the back of my head. I'd probably be shopping for accessories. Sneakers, whatever it is. Bags, bangles. Not a hat person, so not a hat. But, yeah. Probably pass by, have a chai latte if they have one. Maybe that. Yeah, maybe that. Next segment. And we are back. It's now the AI segment. Still fashion focused, of course. But I found another LinkedIn article. I feel like that's the website where I don't say I'd be creeping around, but I'd be doing a lot. I used to be more addicted to it because it was just interesting. I'm like, this is what you're doing. And then you look at someone else, it's like, this is what you're doing. But anywho, that aside, found this article and it's called Beyond the Trend, how tech is weaving the future of fashion. So, Niraj Bansal, a founder in the fashion tech space, argues that the fashion industry is undergoing a fundamental transformation driven by artificial intelligence and data. He states that the traditional one-size-fits-all model, where brands dictate trends for the masses, is being replaced by mass personalization, where fashion is tailored to the individual. Bansal explains that AI and data now act as new artisan and thread of fashion. Okay, that's far-fetched, but let's see. Enabling technology to analyze factors like fit, color, and personal style to create truly individualized experiences. His company, Bespoke AI Stylist, embodies this shift by offering an AI-powered personal stylist that provides personalized outfit recommendation, optimizes existing wardrobes, and connects users seamlessly with retailers. He emphasizes that AI doesn't replace creativity but enhances it, allowing designers and consumers alike to focus on self-expression while technology manages data and logistics. For consumers, this means smarter, more confident shopping experiences and wardrobes that authentically reflect their identity. For brands, it leads to greater sustainability, efficiency, deeper customer relationships through data-driven insights. Ultimately, Bansal envisions a future where personalization is the true luxury, not brand names, but the feeling of being perfectly understood. You see, again, me as an AI skeptic, you know what? I don't even I'm not skeptical about this. I think this makes a lot of sense. But I also fear that I've seen this before. And where did I see this before? Surprisingly, I had a phase where I'd watch a lot of Dragon's Den. I don't know, I just really enjoy that show. I think, has it taught me anything about being an entrepreneur? Maybe. I don't know, I haven't put it into practice yet, so I can't quite say just yet. But, do you have your numbers? Do you have your numbers? Do you know your turnover? Do you know if you broke even? That's just like a joke that they just be pressing you about that. Anywho, another point. And on one of those episodes, actually, I think it was one of the newest seasons, someone did show up and was like, yeah, essentially, we are going to be, they didn't say AI stylist, but we're going to be your stylist. So it's like you upload what you typically wear, and then we're going to give you suggestions of what you can buy for you to wear that matches your personal style. Or it was something like, yeah, it's either like it's like you upload, let me not say upload, but you take pictures of your typical wardrobe and we'll give you ideas of what you can wear, or we'll tell you what you can buy that matches your wardrobe, something of that nature. It was still this concept of personalized style. Was it AI based? I don't fully remember, but you see, I don't see it. I see it from a data standpoint where it's you have all this data about people. So you see, I see it from the perspective of that thing I saw in Dragon's Den, where it's okay, I have so much data of how these people are dressing, that I can almost predict how they might dress, or what they might buy, or what they might like to buy, or what shops that they like to buy from. I understand that. Now, what I don't understand is whether this is what this AI is doing, as opposed to an individual stylist being behind it and being okay, given my expertise, given my years within this industry, within personal experience of being a personal stylist, this person will probably buy from here and wear this and like to style it like this, etc. Now, if all of that sort of human knowledge and experience is now going to be replaced by AI, I don't see it. I see it. I just don't understand how. Because now I'm thinking about the design of that website and how that program is even going to be built. Because it's okay, is it a thing where it's going to give you different examples, okay, are you most likely to wear this or this or this, this or this? It's giving what BuzzFeed. It sounds is it going to be one of them BuzzFeed quizzes where it's oh, you are a unicorn because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it going to be that situation where it's you like choose, and then it's like randomized, not randomized, but it's like puts you in a category where it's like this person is like most likely to dress like this. Meanwhile, therefore, we're going to suggest these clothing brands. Therefore, they're most likely to buy from these brands, and they're most likely to wear this, and this is how we're gonna personalize fashion. If that's what it is, and if that's a good way for, I guess, brands to be able to see. I don't know this man, but let me give you an idea. Collaborate with local brands on this, because depending on where you are, people are probably most likely like, yeah, you can do shipping, but it's like sometimes, I don't know, it depends. I know some people are very much like, yeah, shipping. I know other people are very much like, I want to see, I want to try it on, I want to know what's going on in person. So what I would do, business idea, just a little tip. Work with local brands and collaborate with them so that they're on your platform already. So it can be like, listen, man, so it's like, okay, you've done the whole quiz, whatever. The AI has figured out that you are most likely to dress like this person. Maybe you should check out these brands. And guess what? These brands are already on your system. And then you can have the address, or you can have the contact number, or you can have different pieces that are already existing that the person is most likely to wear, that can then be bought at those places. Does that make sense? Now, I don't know if that's like a good advertising pitch or something of the sort, or like a good marketing or a good way for it to be done. But again, I don't fully know what bespoke AI stylist is doing, but if that's how they're doing it, it makes sense. Because you also have to, going back to Dragon's Den, it's like you have to think about how you're going to make money off of this. Because thinking about it, everyone has their own personal style. Everyone likes to dress their own way. Some people don't care what they wear. I knew a kid in school who, homeboy was rocking 3 outfits per week. 3 of the same outfits, rotation. So some people don't care what they wear. Other people care. So it's like, how is this so niche that it's like, okay, who's the crowd for this? Is it for like your typical consumer who's like, I don't feel seen, I wish da 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 da. Like, I'm trying to understand, 1, how this will make money. 2, who is this for? Like, who is your target audience for this? Because I see the vision, but I wish I had more details to understand how this is going to be executed. Because if it's from my perspective and from my idea, it makes complete sense. Because the brands would pay you a fee in order to be featured on your website. And then that in turn would generate them customers. So at the end of the day, it'd be a good investment for the brand to be part of your website. Because it's like, okay, cool. They're going to suggest my clothes on their website, and people hopefully are going to like come buy from us. Does that make sense? That's a good way of making money. But now, if you're just doing up AI stylists and it's like, you should buy shirts that look like this. And it's like, where do I find shirts that look like this? Now you have to go out and find shirts that look like this. That's just like, that's ridiculous. Personally, I don't think that will work. Like, that seems like a very long day. But again, I really sound like an AI skeptic. I think this is a good idea. I think from a business standpoint, it just needs to be well executed. I don't know how this is going to be executed, but from like a AI system and like UX UI design of the website and all these different things, I don't know how that's gonna happen. Damn, like, well, I didn't even try to do a business evaluation of this man. I am so sorry, Mr. Bansal. It was not my intention at all. I don't even know you like that, so I really shouldn't be commenting on your business like that. I am just an AI skeptic at times. And no, it doesn't create that. You see, it says it doesn't replace creativity, but enhances it. And it's like, how is the creativity being enhanced in the system? I'm confused. Personalization, how? Like, the other thing is like, are you going to be drawing? Is it going to be like Is it going to be like, oh, maybe you can find maybe you can, this is what I mean, where it's like the only way this can work is if they collab with brands and brands already on there, or it's a thing where they have like brand suggestions, maybe not say collab, like maybe they have brand suggestions, but it's like, okay, why would I go to you to look at, like, you see what I mean? Let's say you like Uniqlo and you're a kid in school. He's like, yeah, I like to buy stuff from Uniqlo. But meanwhile, his brother was like very much into like streetwear. So it's like complete contrast. Like they were twins, complete contrast. So in my head, I'm like, let's say they both got on that platform. Why would I take time out of my day to do like, let's say do a survey, do a quiz, whatever, identify what type of like clothes I like to wear, the AI system identifies that, and then it's like, oh, these are the suggestions. And it's like, so I could have just gone on the website myself. I could have just gone on the Uniqlo website myself and figured that out for myself and figured out what I like. Or I could have just gone to the shop myself and figured it out for myself, right? So it's like personalization. It's like, in what way? Is it giving you like suggestions of things you can wear or ways you can elevate your style? Like I said, some people already don't, like some people don't really care about how they dress. They, as long as they look well put together, let's say, somewhat. Also, people nowadays, yeah, people be slack. I'm not saying slacking, but it's like sweatpants, yeah, for specific things. It's not everyday sweatpants. If you wanna have sweatpants like, you know, it's so judgmental. I can be so judgmental. Sweatpants are for in yard. If you wanna wear sweatpants outside, wear what is it? Wear cargos, bro. Wear cargos. Wear cargo pants if you wanna have that baggy loose fit, or wear loose jeans. Cause I be seeing way too many people rocking. Forget Crocs. I'm talking full on slides. Full on slides with sweatpants, t-shirt, and it's like, sir, how you take Netflix and chill outside? What's this? How are you taking this outside the yard? It looks like you're in yard and you got forced to come outside yard. But this how you just typically dress. What was it also? Wave runners. And it's like, guys, as a collective, can we like put some effort in? Because I see that, don't get me wrong, I see the idea, I see the appeal. But, sir, like if you're running down to the shops, yeah, but on your day-to-day, I don't know about that. I don't know. Get it together, man. Sorry, that's just like a really side note. It's not pissing me off, but some days I'm like, nah, guys. Can you leave the house proper? For once. One day of your life, leave your house proper. Wear a proper shoe. You're gonna get flat feet or whatever. Some. But, like I said, I see it, but I don't see it with this. I need more information. That's what I need. I need more information. This segment has been too long. I am so sorry. I was not meant to do what I was supposed. This was not what it was supposed to be. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Like, how is this gonna make money? I'm confused. I'm confused about the whole thing. How is this making money? How is it gonna work? How is it personalized? How does this AI how does the AI even work? You know what I mean? Like, how does the system even work? Like, how does the program even work? So many questions. Not enough answers. Bloop. Next segment. And we are back, but this is the outro. This is just me saying goodbye and saying, thank you for listening as always. I don't have any thoughts on that. I don't have any more thoughts. I think fashion is beautiful. I think clothes are so inspiring, and I think that you can be inspired from so many different things. One thing I also like, and one thing that I've really noticed that people have picked up on, is crochet. Like, that's also a really big vibe. I know a few people that crochet, and I'm like, yeah, I need some pieces from y'all, for real, for real. So yeah, Like, I fucks with it. I think it's super cool that people are able to like create art out of like nothing. And I really like, caps off to my friends who make clothes. I'm like, yeah, you guys fucking rock. And I've had some of their pieces and I've tried them on and like, this is absolutely impressive. Keep going, guys. You're gonna make it. You're definitely gonna make some waves in your own regard. So this is just an inspirational message. And yeah, I don't hate. Someone said that I hate AI. I don't. Not hate AI, but I'm very critical, and it's like I don't. I'm not that. I'm just a skeptic because I don't see it the way other people see it. I'm like, is this really gonna do what it says it's gonna do? Let's find out. Let's find out. Also, going back to the Danish Deception, yeah, like just another final thought. I'm not. By the way, when I say, in this life you can never be you. Like, don't ever think that you're special and there can never be you. That's not coming from a victim blaming point of view. That's coming from a point of view of, don't ever think that you're not that you will be an exception. I think that's what it is. And this also goes back to this man's bespoke AI stylist. Don't think that you're an exception because other people have tried to do what you're doing. So make sure you have your trademark. Make sure you have your trademark. Make sure you have your copyright intact because people might try to steal your ideas. But yeah, I think, yeah, I don't ever think that you're an exception. I think it's good to think that you have a unique experience with someone, or you have a unique experience with people, and that person is special to you. So you think that they'll consider you special to them. But guys, one eye open, because there are always signs, and I don't know if that's God. I don't know if that's universe. I don't know if that's coincidence. I don't know if that's gut feeling. But just saying, don't ever think that you're an exception. Don't think that, because part of this human experience is that everything happens in cycles, and whatever you've gone through, people have also gone through tenfold, for generations, for millennia, for whatever. So that is the message that I will leave you guys with. But yeah, accessorize. Just wear your accessories, guys. Get some rings, get some jewelry going, get some bags, get a nice belt, buy yourself a nice t-shirt, ask AI maybe to suggest where to buy it, get yourself some nice shoes. Yeah, thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you for listening to the Lex and Lace podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. Thanks.